There you're basically going to be seeing the technology of today's metering system. Please like, share, and subscribe as you come into the chat. So basically, I'm going to be showing you what I will be using to ground this house off. So this here, what I have here is called a ground plate. And eventually, once hydro comes to dig, I will be installing this into the ground. This ground plate is vital, is very important for the grounding of the house, where everything will go back down into the ground. Up Gaza Uncle, where everything will go back into the ground. So now I'm going to be going to the basement where I finally finish Gaza Uncle. Now I disconnect, which is again required by code because the panel is more than 5 feet away from the outside metering. So this is my 400 amp service. As you can see, I have all my grounding. So this right here, let me put my light away. So this grounding right here is basically going back up to here. And I have a ground lug here, which is going to be protecting the aluminum on the outside. As you can see how I strip back my aluminum, so it's in contact with the connector, which is required by code. So both of them at the top are connected. These are my main, so this will be my main coming in right here. And as you can see, I have two wires per lug. So this lug here is equipped for, so the lugs have to be equipped for having two sets of cables inside. So this was already pre-made, so I don't need to change anything because it's a 400 amp service. So once you're doing a 400 amp service, you require two parallel feeds. As you can also see, my cable here, which is a white, I've changed it over to a white cable. So by code, I have to identify this cable. So I've identified this cable as white using some tape. Now again, my line comes in on the top, and my load goes out at the bottom. I cannot cross thread anything in the service because there's a heating. So my power cable coming in and my load going out cannot be crossed inside of this panel, this disconnect. Now I will get a defect. So for that reason, I go in from the top, I come out from the bottom. And as you can see, my main, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See also, here I have my whites taped up, okay? Also, I've used what's called no lots on here. No lots is very important for the sorry, I had a call. As you can see, I used the no lots, which is very important for the aluminum cable. Also, without aluminum, this job will not pass inspection, so I have to use aluminum, no lot, sorry, which I've used throughout. As you can see, I've also used a ground clamp here, ground bushing, ground lug it's called. Because this knockout with was not was bigger than the connector, I had to pre-make what's called a octagon knockout. Octagon blank plate. So what I did was, good morning, Sasha Heiss. So what I did was I drilled my hole into I drilled a hole into the blank plate. Okay, I placed it on this side. I also placed it on the outside. What's going on here? Why is my screen not showing? Why is my screen not showing? My screen's just froze on me. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here with my screen here. Can you guys text over to see if my screen will come back? I'm not sure what's going on with my screen, but my screen's frozen. I'm trying to clear it here, but I don't know why it's frozen. Okay, there we go. Okay, finally got it to work. So here you can see I've used the other blank plate on the outside. Without these plates, I won't be able to install my connector. As you can see, it's firm. I placed a strap here. I have to still strap the other cables down. So I'm not completely finished. I'm just trying to get my power inside of the house. And as you can see here, there's the symbol. It's a 400 amp, 240 volts, 60 hertz slash 250 volts. Okay, this is just the on position where I would switch my disconnect in the on position. So right now my disconnect is in the off position. Once power is set to come on, I will turn this on in the on position. As you can see, there's right in here, it's got my terminals, suitable, AC, ALCU conductors, okay? Aluminum and copper. So aluminum copper, that's what it's stated. I'm allowed to use aluminum and copper inside of this disconnect. So right here, this will be, as I showed you previously, I have a ground plate that's going to go into the ground on the outside, where essentially my ground wire will come into here and I will make my connections. This ground wire that I'm going to bring into the house will basically be for grounding purposes. It will, everything will go back to the ground. If there's any issues, back to the ground plate. And so for that reason, you have to install your ground plate along with your ground wire, which I'll be doing after. So now I'm going to take you guys out to the meter base that I have on the outside, and I will show you So this is just the basement for who never seen the videos before. Obviously it's dark in here. And this, of course, will be about 5 or 6 cars to park in the garage on the ground. So I'm going to the side of the house now to show you what's going on out here. And here you have it. This is my meter base for the house. So this will power up the house eventually once I'm done with these cables here that I have to install. Obviously, Hydro will be bringing in their power sometime next week. Now, this is obviously a smart home metering. You can tell from the control wires that they have in here. Okay, so this is not your normal meter base. Most older meter base are not equipped with smart home wiring. As you can see here, this would be my load coming out, and Hydro will attach to here. So my cables that are here, eventually I'm going to bring it into here, and I'm going to attach it onto these lugs, which will be my load. This will be my neutral. And also it's possible that I might have to run a ground wire back to the meter, the disconnect on the inside that I just showed you, because some of these new meter bases are equipped with a ground wire that you have to bring back. I'll have to double check on the drawing that's right here. So this metering cabinet is very efficient, as in once you are once your power is liven up, Hydro can basically figure out what you're using as power. When it comes to power, they can manage and see from where they're sitting. Just pull up a screen to see what you're drawing here, what's the issue, if there's too much power going in. Basically, they can read this stuff from far. So again, this is the new technology that's going on here. So and again, it's a pretty big meter base. It's not the normal size meter base. It's a 400 amp, so it's pretty huge. And as you can see, I've placed it at the side of the house. There is a code for it within 1.7 meters of the starting of the side of the house. I have to be within. So I could have easily put this meter base here, but I didn't because my holes came out here. They obviously had to rework this stuff here so I can place my meter base. Before they had this coming straight across, which I wouldn't have been able to support my meter base onto the wall. And once the ASA guy comes to inspect, it will be a big defect for me. So I had them build this piece that going up. I had them build that out for me so I can place my meter base on. So yeah, again, this is the new technology, and I will go inside to the on the main floor and see, let you guys see how I strap this meter base down. So here I basically placed the plywood as a support, and I installed that's called a Unistrut, the trade name. So I supported my 2x8 onto the outside sheet of wood, and I drilled on the inside where my meter base will be supported properly. Also, I do not want in the winter or in the cold when the winds are high, if the meter base is not supported properly, it basically will come off the wall, and the homeowner will have to source out a contractor to come in and do the job. Also, there's a code on when installing a meter base to have the right lugs, the right nuts. The heavier the equipment is, then the more support, the stronger support you will need. So for that reason, I use the 3/4 Unistrut. Sorry, 3/4 threaded rod is called. So I'm not going to stay inside the house very long. They're playing music, and I don't want to get a strike. So here you can see they've started the drywall on the main floor. So like I said, I'm not going to stay in the house. I'm going to be ending this life pretty soon. I'll show you guys the ground plate that I will be using to install into the floor. So this is my ground plate that I'll be using. This is the ground plate that will basically go into and essentially ground the house off. This is where I will attach my ground wire, right here. As you come in, please like up the live, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so that's basically it for my video today. It's just a short video, as I'm going to be continuing to work on my meter base on the outside to have it properly installed and secure. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on my contents, as my other videos that I'm currently working on should be some amazing videos. Stay tuned to for my notification, and I will see you guys on the next live. And thank you all for coming out, the Real Gaza Uncle and Sasha Ice. And I'd like to send a shout out to Trill. Hold it down. See you soon. Yes, Gaza Uncle. I try to deliver the up-to-date content on electrical. Basically because in today's world, a lot of people do not know about what's going on when it comes to electrical. And I think it's very important that people should be aware, not necessarily to do the stuff themselves, but obviously they're not allowed to. You have to, by law, hire a licensed electrical contractor, but let people be aware of, once the job's going on, the parts that we're going to be using, the material we will use to install, and stuff like that. So I will continue to deliver the content that I think is necessary for people to learn. Big up yourself, Gaza Uncle. I'll see you on your live, and stay tuned for my next videos. Thank you.